Tuesday night live Boogie with the Bull, Dave Globe and Jen, the homeschooling mom, Woodruff,
Hi.
is with us. Jerry Michaels may stop by. He was working on a project. If he could, he said he would stop by or pop in a
Sure.
few times if he can. If he can, that would be great. Randy Rhodes, the genealogist of Facebook, was sitting down to dinner and did not know if he would get in. And I know about that because I'm late tonight because I I should set this up an hour before, set up whatever laptop I'm going to use an hour before because dinner usually falls about 6:15, 6:30
Right.
on Tuesday and Thursday, and that just makes me late. But every time I set it up before and we're all ready to go live, then we're live. But anyway, you guys don't care if we just want to come here
No.
and watch me spout my conservative commentary and listen to Jen and anybody else who joins the broadcast. We're live on the Dave Glover profile here on Facebook. We will be live in a bazillion Facebook groups very shortly. If you're watching it and you like it, give it a thumbs up and then share it everywhere you can on Facebook. Not just because if 50,000 people share it and they watch 180,000 hours of it, I might get a few pennies for every broadcast, but it'll piss off Facebook because people are watching it.
And we might say something political
Yeah, we
in our
might.
favor.
We might. And I notice I keep getting in our groups, but they're my being an admin of those groups. They're violations where they accuse me of posting something to get likes, followers, or misinformation. I
Oh my.
respond back to them, well, it's misinformation because you decided that it's not true. Name somebody in the 6 billion Facebook members who doesn't want to be liked by all other 599,999,999,000 other Facebook members. And the person that I was talking to, I can't. I said, me, because I'm not a public account. I'm what they call an everyone account. That means if
Okay.
you are a member of Facebook, you will see me in the news feed. If you are a member of our groups, you will see me in our private groups, you will see us in the news feed. And if you're not, then if you're a member of the public groups like Boogie with the Bull Uncensored,
Right.
you will see that group too. And that's we're all here to reach out to everybody. We're all here to hope that maybe one day we become Dan Bongino or Megan Fox or well, the government will probably be happy if I became Megan Fox, but
Jesse Waters.
Jesse
That
Waters,
would be cool.
uh, uh, Greg Gutfeld.
Oh, that's
I,
fun. We
I, there's always people that I wish I could have on a broadcast. Donald
right.
Trump is always on the top of the list,
Right.
only because I'm going to ask him, stop saying to people, if you can't afford, don't
Don't give.
don't don't give. And he's going to say why, and I'm going to say because it's all the give is always tied into something really cool, a chance to win something really cool. And,
Right.
and and if you read the rules, yes, it does say on all the fundraising pages and websites associated with him that no purchase is necessary. But the odds are you're not going to win. You're not going to win if Jerry Michaels comes in. Hang on. If
Hi,
the odds are
Jerry.
that if you don't donate to the Trump campaign, you're not going to win the contest.
Right.
And what I have thought about saying is, why not just have a contest for everybody else who does everything they can to promote your campaign, but doesn't have the money to donate? Because I don't have the $5 to donate to the Trump campaign because I'm paying $19 a month to restream so everybody can see me on Facebook saying, vote for Donald Trump. He's a great guy. I've got all these groups that support Donald Trump and MAGA and America First and everything else because he's a great guy and we want him to be president. So
Right.
it's just I just want to hear what his response would be. But anyway, Jen, the homeschooling mom, is with us. Jerry Michaels is with us. And as people say on Boogie with the Bull broadcast, I don't always talk. Like to let other people talk. Jerry, what's happening down in your way?
As far as I know, nothing, which I guess is good. I don't know, but I survived the day, so that's pretty good, I guess. I don't know. How you guys doing?
Good. That was a bonus. Is there are there roads out or rivers flooding in
Not
Florida?
around here,
I know it's
no.
happening. Okay,
Well,
it's
we're
in
on
Tennessee.
the coast. Like Cedar Key got pretty hit pretty hard, but believe it or not, Florida being flat mostly, it is also higher ground here, and we're 30 miles away. So the closest to us is like the Swanee River, so that'll be up in a day or so. It might be by now actually. Um,
Oh wow.
there are people down there that are up on stilts at the fish camp,
Ouch.
Oh
um, literally. And so,
wow.
I haven't driven down there. I'm probably not gonna. I'm not into seeing devastation and other people's misery, but I got my own.
Hmm.
Other than that, we're good. Whatever.
Yeah. Now
Awesome.
you said they it's not paid. You said that I don't want to say plow. That's the word that comes to mind. But they level off your roads. I guess is the best word I can think to use. But you said they
Oh,
do it
they
once a
grade them.
month. If
Yeah,
grade
they
them in
grade them.
bad
They
weather, like do they increase the grading, or you're just on your own it's not
No, we don't
until
get
it's not
flooded here. Is the thing. We're not in a
okay.
flood zone.
Okay.
I've yet to. Well, my next door neighbor kind of is. I've seen the water. He's got a lot of property, but I've seen the water cover almost like 3/4 of an acre up to where his porch is once. But my property is actually more uphill than this. The worst we'll get is a bad storm. We'll get puddles, and as soon as the storm stops, the puddles disappear in about 10 minutes. So that's it. Now I got
Wow.
sinkholes all over my property. If you want to talk about that, I could die any moment, actually. So whatever. But
Please don't ride the
God,
tractor.
that's
Please
terrible.
don't ride the tractor at night on your property without proper working
oh, I
headlights.
know where they all
Right.
are. I know where they all are. It's all good. No problem. But no, it's no. The problems I have
Wow.
riding my tractor at night are the dogs, or when I had two dogs. They dug holes in the yard, and they were harder to
Hi,
see because
Robin.
once the grass grows in them, you can't see them anymore at night.
Yeah, that's scary.
Uh,
Scary
Not
stuff.
really, but it is irritating when you drive into one and got to lift the front of the mower up where the engine is, and it's heavy and I'm old and fat and bald and stuff. But at 12 o'clock at night, but
Yeah, you never know.
I'm still here. I'm still here.
Wow. So, did you
You know,
guys see that clip of Donald Trump? And I don't know what state he was in. It looked like it could have been perhaps Tennessee, or was he in North Carolina? But he was knee deep. I mean, he waist deep in water, and he was like sifting through, trying to help people get out of their cars. I thought that was awesome. He had his blue rain jacket on, and it was just so encouraging to see a leader doing that. And it was right on the tails of Joe Biden at a press conference when everyone's asking him questions. And they said, well, what can you send help here? Can you do this? Can you do that? And he goes, well, our hands are kind of tied right now. We can't do much else, you know. We just have to wait till the storm blows over. And then you see in the next clip, it was Donald Trump, and I was, oh, it's just so obvious, what we're um, what we're fighting for and fighting against, and I'm just shocked that we've tolerated that regime so long. It's only been 3.5 years, and it's felt like 30.
3.5 years too long.
It has. It's still going too, and she can't answer a question. It drives me nuts. I get seriously frustrated.
You can't answer a
Yeah.
question. And the truth is that if she gave the real answer, she wouldn't get elected. She did nothing as a senator that should have made her a vice president.
Right?
She did nothing as a vice president that should have made her president. She's probably the worst border czar we've had in the history of border czars, although I'm sure there's one that is probably worse. But
Well, here's what I can tell you. I know why she made vice president from being a senator. She had the uncanny ability to change her race.
Oh yeah,
that helped a lot.
You're right.
That's very true.
All of a sudden she's not Indian and what is it, Jamaican or something?
French Haitian, black. I think is what her father was.
Yeah, now she's the first black woman, not just the first, or woman of color. It's getting insane. Yeah, it's so bad. And then, the one reporter asked her, "Said, can you just give us two effective measures you can use to help the economy?" And what does she say? Let me be clear. I am from a middle class family, and we're like, we don't care. We want you to drill. It was ridiculous. It was so crazy. It was an easy softball question. She had to say two things, and she couldn't. And it's terrifying that she's gotten this far.
It is.
I have to agree with Jen for sure. How we have allowed the curdled cream to rise to the top is beyond my realm of understanding. Both Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, amongst others, frankly. And look at, we got Tim Walz, who's running around constantly speaking when no one wants to hear anything from him. And we have, we still have people like Pelosi, and these people just, it's like all the rotten at the bottom has risen to the top. And this is, it's not good. I want to thank Robin for saying not that. She's wrong, but I appreciate the sentiment. It's nice.
Yeah, plug your ears for a second, or you're going to laugh hysterically anyway. I honestly think in the last couple of days that Tim Walz's mouth is why tampons were invented.
Plug that thing. Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. I can't stand the smile. Does he need dentures or what? He's all, when he.
I don't. Yeah. He just reminds me of that Stay Puff guy. I'm telling you, it's just something about him.
Oh,
I don't know. He's like round everywhere. He's got a round head, and everything about him is round. And judging by what we know who Robert Lawless is, all of us, and
the Minnesota Madman.
Yeah, judging by what he had said, him living in obviously Minnesota, over the last, I'd say 2-3 years, I just listening to him, I wouldn't vote for that guy being anywhere any closer to the being president of the United States than now. I mean, they get elected, he's number 2, and nobody's out there trying to shoot Kamala Harris, unfortunately. Fortunately. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I meant the first one more, but
oh no, right.
But for sure as hell, I just heard today they arrested another guy. I think it was in July. Some guy from Pakistan with a hard word name. I don't know what the hell his name was, but for trying to carry out a fatwa on Trump for killing a terrorist. He kept trying to hire. He got in touch with a guy he thought could help him. The guy turned him into the FBI, became a confidential informant. So he was introduced to all these hitmen that were all FBI agents, so not particularly bright. They arrested him at the airport as he was leaving the country, but yeah, so there's another guy in Idaho. I think it's Jen's brother or something. I don't know. He got charged for threatening to kill Trump. Too many potatoes in the diet, they said. I don't know, but
oh, come on.
like today or yesterday or something. He said he was going to come to Bedminster, which I think is in New Jersey, the golf club
Jersey
Trump owns or whatever it is.
Wow.
Golf Club is. Yep.
Yeah, and kill Trump. So these nut jobs are out there, and he wasn't like on social media saying this shit, although I think he was, but he was actually calling Mar-a-Lago.
Oh God.
So these
Wow.
people not only are not bright, but they're also nuts. And believe it or not, there are times that can be way more dangerous because you never know what they're going to do next, kind of thing. And it's hard to
Right.
outthink them because they're not doing any thinking themselves. So I don't know. I got to tell you, I would like to get to a point where we actually know who won the election and they actually won it fair and square. I don't think
That's
that's going to
awesome.
happen. Just something. And then like take a day or two
Right.
break and then let the shitstorm happen if Trump gets in, because that's exactly what's going to happen. The Democrats are going to go on the offensive, the liberals, all the TV news, everything. And it's going to make my head hurt.
It
This is
is.
going to do.
Now, tell me about this, guys. What do you know about Soros buying radio stations?
$400 million.
200.
Yeah, $400 million worth of debt, which made
So
which
we
which
can't
made him
communicate?
the the largest shareholder. So he took over the company. Uh, it's it's a questionable sale, meaning that the FCC, who approves sales and transfers of licenses, has been put on notice by politicians as well as citizens that they violated their own rules. They didn't do any proper investigation of Soros to clear whether or not he should be allowed to own radio stations. They just blew it right through and let him
Right.
be approved.
Hmm.
Uh, I
Oh,
don't
you can
know
bet
what.
Biden's handlers probably greased the wheels on that because they need to get him elected. They need to get rid of conservative voices off AM radio or whatever he bought. You know,
Yeah,
the hell's that?
I don't know. Oh,
And do
the
you have
16
indigestion again?
the 16-year-old cat decided to jump from the floor to the bed,
No.
and because she's not
No,
sure she always lands on the bed,
It
she
no,
was
has her
Dave.
claws
No,
out. He digs in
no,
when she
no,
lands.
no. It
Oh,
sounded
okay.
like a beast was coming out of the woods
a
at Dave's house
cow.
or something.
It
It was
was.
a train.
It
It's a
was. It was
train. It was a
16,
train.
16
Michael
year old
No,
Anthony.
gray tiger kitty
No,
who
he used to always call it the Michael Anthony train because every time he'd say something profound, this train would come by and honk, and I'm like, "It's your train." Yeah. Then we started calling it the Trump train, and it's just running again. But that's encouraging. It means that America is working
yeah,
and products are being transported. So no one will
not for
unload
long.
it when we get it, but it's
No,
moving, so that's
not for
good.
long, Hank. Not for
we
long
have so
because
many
there was
miles of train
this
tracks
port
in
strike.
Florida.
This
Go ahead.
this port
Go ahead, Joe.
strike that started today is going to screw everything up.
Yep.
What power
We're
can
gonna
the
have
president have in that?
Resign.
Well, if you
Yeah,
remember, Jen,
if
back
it's Biden.
during Reagan. Remember back during Reagan when the air traffic controllers went on strike and he fired them all and put in new people.
Oh, that's good.
Um,
Yeah, so
and he
it's the
wasn't
Teamsters
nice about
Union.
it either. He gave them a chance to go back to work. I remember this. And he says, "You are not going to shut this country down with this. With this." He says, "You either go back to
Wow.
work by this date, which was like the following day or the day after or something, or I'm just going to fire all of you and put new people in there." And that's exactly what he did. And then, of course, there
Wow.
were thousands of lawsuits and everything else, but he ended up winning.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Yep. Oh.
Okay. That's good. That's a good example. I love that. I didn't know that. I forgot. I was probably being born at that
Yeah,
time.
he
I
was
don't
in,
know.
he's from
74.
in
I
the
don't know.
early '80s or something. He was in for
Oh,
what
okay.
till '88. So sometime between '80 and
Yes.
'88. I don't remember the year.
Oh,
I was
Yeah.
in the early '80s stationed in Washington D.C. So that may have been when it. I don't know, but he did that. Now Joe won't, and Kamala won't because they don't
Right.
want to piss the unions off. Uh, Republicans very rarely get union endorsements. They get all the union members to vote for them, but they don't actually get the union endorsements, and that's why if you're a Democrat, you can't piss off the unions. So
Yeah.
we're screwed.
We are. Anyway, Robin Brunson is watching on the Facebook live chat on my profile, and Mark Samuel, who is an admin of actually. Oh, wait a minute, I don't want to do that. Anyway, uh, Mark Samuel, who is an admin in conspiracy theories, video, and memes, or maybe memes and video. It's a great group. Go look it up and post your memes and your video in there, and you'll find a lot of other good stuff in there to share as well too. But
are you guys going to watch the debate tonight between the vice presidents, Vance and Walls?
do I have to?
Oh, come on. Vance is going to
Okay,
slaughter
I guess
him.
I'll watch it just because Vance is going to be
Yeah.
there. I guess I'll watch it. Uh,
I find these things less being less debates. I've seen a debate before, a real one, and they were high school kids, and
Right.
they behaved way better.
right.
One side gives their opinion, the other side gives their opinion, and then three or four idiots decide who wins. And that's how it works. But they're calm.
Right.
They're not constantly calling each other names, and all this other garbage that, quite frankly, I know all the rhetoric by heart now, and I'm bored with it, and I just want. Although I agree the vice president is very important, we have one choice. That's Vance, because
Yeah.
Kane would be horrible. So I don't really need to see a debate. I don't imagine
Right.
Vance is suddenly going to fall down on his face and not be able to speak. And what's his name? Kane, or whatever his name is going to suddenly become a genius. So I'll probably pass on that. I'll read about it tomorrow.
That's wise. That's
I'll
funny.
watch. Oh, yeah. Actually, what was on? I'm sorry, I got to apologize. What was on Straight Talk with Randy and Jen today? I had a big
Oh,
note on my desk to watch it, and I have to apologize. I
it was
fell asleep.
about transgenders in sports.
That's right, and that's
Yeah, and we were saying,
watch it.
yeah, you're the one that was saying for a while, Dave, that they should have a league of their own. And I'm like, no, just put
Well,
guys go with guys, girls goes with girls
well,
because this is getting stupid. It's
but
like
if you, I mean, to me, if you take all the transgendered athletes in a sport and put them in their own league, let them go play in their own league. They're not playing against women, which is not right. And men don't want them playing in their league, so that's fine. But it was mainly I was saying it for high schools because high schools don't want them on the boys' team. They don't want them on the girls' team. Mainly, they don't want them anywhere near the girls' locker room.
well, there was a volleyball game that just got we forfeited. Boise State University forfeited because the team that was coming against them for women's volleyball has this beast of a player who's like rated number one. Well, it's a man. This person that looks like a girl has been producing testosterone since birth, but now they're taking, and it's a failed athlete in their own category. So they said, well, we're just going to switch and we're going to start taking what estrogen injections. And now all of a sudden they can be this failed athlete that's very strong, from their category and join the women's category. Remember Riley Gaines when
Yeah.
she's swimming, and then this like moose, get that part of me, Leah, whatever her name was. It was a man, and the whole time Riley's just standing there. She was so cute. She had her little hands, like like she knew she
Of
was
course you do.
robbed.
Of
That
course
was
you do.
stone. That
Of
was
course
her
you do.
dream. She's like, now I have to get into dental hygienist, and I'm like, well, it's not bad, but yeah, if he wanted to go on to the Olympics and this stopped it, she should sue him. Seriously. It's ridiculous.
It's sad that she won't. That I would think that because of all of that happening to her, that maybe some network would grab her and use her to cover the Olympic sports, but they probably won't because they're going to hire a transgendered swimmer who got booted off the team or didn't get any medals for playing in the Olympics this
Right.
summer. Uh, it's just. I mean, the whole thing doesn't make any sense to me because Title IX of the NCAA says this can't happen. And the NCAA for a while was standing up and saying, this can't happen. It cannot happen. Then all of a sudden, I don't know, Joe Biden decides he turned off Title IX in the NCAA and they can do whatever they want.
It's because we tolerate it. We have articles
Exactly.
in the Constitution. Article 4, Section 4. The government will protect against the United States against an invasion. And it's we all took a stupid pill and we're like, but this is not an invasion. These are the newcomers. That's what Joe said. And I'm like, oh my God, no, they're not. There are replacements. They even said it. And, the
Yeah.
three-pronged plan, Barack started it with changing us fundamentally. And then Biden's like, we're going to bring in wave after wave. And then Schumer says that white Anglo-Saxon United States citizen isn't going to even recognize where he is anymore by the time we're done. And I'm like, you idiots. They tell us what they're going to do and they do it. And we don't know what to do. What do
And
you do?
people have the gonads because we're paying their salaries. I mean, it should be when Schumer stood up and said anything about that, we should have put him. We should have put him in a 14-foot long trailer and drove him down to Jerry's house.
Yeah, he'll take care of you. He'll take care of you. I'm sorry.
No.
By putting him in your sinkholes, have him cut the grass at
Yeah,
night.
have him
Don't
cut the
tell
grass.
him there's
Have
holes.
him cut the grass.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, here's what I'll
You
tell
won't have
you
to worry
about the
about him night or the
crap
dogs
is,
driving the tractor at night because you just follow Schumer as he's yelling throughout the yard.
We found one. Found another
I'll tell you
one.
about
So you can't.
tell you about the transgender crap. The only way it's going to stop is if every girls' team in America, from high school, middle school, I don't know, college, whatever, don't play. They just don't play. Okay,
Wow,
that is a
that's tough.
protest that
Right.
will work. I mean, but they need way more than they're having now. Riley
Yeah.
Gaines would have been just as famous refusing to compete against a guy because it's bullshit. She continued to.
Mm-hmm.
She actually tied him in the
Wow.
NCAA championship, but they gave him the trophy for photo ops, and that's bullshit. This because I tell you, these people are mentally ill, obviously, and you know what their biggest mental illness is they're proud of these type of accomplishments. I don't know about y'all, but when I was growing up, if you beat a girl, you were expected to beat a girl. If she beat you, you were teased until you died. It's that simple. Okay, you didn't get beat by a girl, in
Right.
anything. And there were, when you're young, there are girls that are just as good as the guys. you age and things happen, and everything, um, guys become much stronger, much this, much that. And it's an obvious thing. And these people get on and try to tell me different are full of crap. I'm 60 years old. I could beat up a girl half my age or more. Okay.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a guy and I'm stronger than she is. I don't care what Chinese crap she knows, what the kung fu and all that other,
Kung
or
fu.
the Tai or the freaking MMA, or
Kung
still
Pao
win.
chicken.
Okay.
Right.
It's just these girls have to realize that it is time to say no. It
Right.
took us
Right.
years
That's
to
good.
get the Title X and all that crap, and I remember when that was going on. And even then, I said to myself, these girls, they all want to, get the same stuff as the guys, but they don't bring in near the money the guys do. I mean, you have, say, college softball, or I guess that's about college softball is the main sport for girls, I guess, in college, right? They don't come
That's
Is
close
it
to bringing in what football, basketball,
basketball.
or baseball brings in
Yeah.
college basketball, but still, they don't bring
right?
in as much as college football, baseball, or basketball does. Okay, and although like that, who's that white girl playing for the WNBA now? Caitlin Clark. She's very
Yeah.
good. She is.
Hmm.
And I like seeing the reels with her because she's also very classy. They hate her there because she's white and she's not a lesbian, and it's so
Yeah.
damned obvious it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But she doesn't complain. She just keeps hitting threes from like out in the parking lot. It's crazy,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
but
Yeah.
she's still, and the guys are the professional basketball guys who come in to watch her. They're impressed with her, but there's no way she could compete with them.
Right.
Okay, there's no way. Um, and she knows it. Who's that tennis star, the Williams sister? She said, "There's no way I could beat a guy. I would lose in
Oh,
in 3 sets."
Venus and yeah.
Yeah, she says I would lose in 3 sets, 6-0, 6-0, 6-0, or something. And because it's a
Hi,
whole different
Randy.
game, much faster and stronger. These
Right.
girls have to stand up. I've been saying this for 2 years now. They have to stand up and say, "We're not doing this."
Yeah, I agree.
Randy Rhodes is here. All roads lead to home. Psychology Straight Talk with Randy and Jen. And all roads lead to your ancestors.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, what I don't, a few years back, the women had that whole women's lib thing, and so they got tired of being the second rate human being, so they wanted their voices to be heard. In fact, there's songs came out, "Hear Me Roar," "Hear Me Shout," "I Am Woman," um, but that whole
Helen Reddy.
thing is,
Helen
yeah.
Reddy made a lot of money off of that song.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
and it seems like
I
the
am woman, hear me
hear me
roar.
roar. Yeah.
There's a
Um,
cockroach on the floor. Do,
Oh
do,
gosh.
do.
so where was I?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so yeah, you're singing threw me off here. No, um, God, where are they going with this? Yeah,
Yeah, hey Randy, you're supposed of the three of us here, I expect you to know where you're going from the minute your camera comes on until the minute you turn your camera off. You have
yeah,
embarrassed me tonight.
No, they used to fight for
I
their rights. We were women, heroes for. Now we're being
exactly.
taken advantage of, and
Right.
we're not gonna. What are we gonna
Right.
do?
We are women, hear me roar. We're not going to be
What?
taken advantage of anymore.
No, my favorite thing is the affidavit, which is sue them. They're not supposed to be there, but with the strong, this gender thing is driving me crazy. The gender dysphoria and the pride things and the rainbow flags. They're too powerful. It's sick. Sorry, I cut you off, Randy. Go ahead.
That's okay. I'm used to it. No. Um, they just seem to, back in the day, uh, they wanted to be heard. They wanted to be equal to man. So we gave it to them, and I guess they just decided to throw it away because of new wokeism. We can't offend the left, God forbid. So we're going.
Right.
So we're going to let the men become women now, and we're going to let them into our sports and let them kick our asses, and we're going to just sit back and take it. No, you guys did another freaking rebellion against the left. You did it against the men. Now do it against the left. And to be honest with you, I don't see it happening. I really, truly don't. And
Everybody
that's
wants
just
to get along, to go along to get along, and at some point, somebody has to say no. And I believe it's going to start with like at the high school level or lower. I mean, I seen middle school girls in a shot put competition against a guy who wouldn't compete against the guy. I seen the video. It didn't happen that long ago, a couple months. They all got in trouble. There were lawsuits. They got out of trouble, blah, blah, blah. But they refused to play. And that's what it's going to take. And I believe it's going to be some very young women who do this. You get to college now they've got money in college sports with NIL and all that, which is going to ruin college sports worse than the NCAA has ruined it, and the colleges themselves have ruined it.
Yeah.
Once money
Well,
is involved, you have to compete no matter what, and it's despicable. It really is.
It is.
I
And where
wanted
are
to
the
say
fathers? When some guy walks in, starts undressing in front of his daughter, where the hell are the fathers?
It boils back to we on the right are afraid to offend those on the left. Why? Because those on the left scream the loudest, they shout the loudest, they burn down cities, they loot, they murder, they kill, they injure. And we on the right don't do that because, and I've said this before, and people probably hate me, but we were told, we're churchgoers, we sing hymns, we read our Bible, we pray to God, and we sit back and when we want change made, we pray about it because God hears our prayers and He's going to make things better for us. I'm sorry, the Bible also says that you're supposed to take the initiative and fight for what you want as well, and He will be behind you. You
Right.
pray to God, tell Him what you're going to do, go and do it, and He'll be with you, hopefully. But, we don't do that anymore. It's frustrating to
I
see,
do.
it's
I do. I'll
frustrating to
stand up
see this,
against the crowd.
the condition of our country. Like right now, okay? Iran is launching hundreds of missiles into Israel. Iran. And our government said just a couple of days ago that if Iran attacked, we will send our ships and we will help Israel shoot down the missiles and the rockets. Where's our aircraft carriers? Where's our fighter jets? Where's our missiles shooting down now with
Water
them
outside of Ukraine
doing absolutely nothing?
and off the
One
coast
of
of
the
Alaska,
problems,
probably making sure Putin doesn't get any closer,
one of the
which is
problems
no,
with
exactly,
the transgender
which is
movement
exactly
is
what they
how we're
want to do.
raising our children today, also because our children are being raised to love everyone, regardless of how ridiculous that sounds. A 15-year-old saying that they're the opposite sex of what they are, and they should be allowed to do anything they want. And that's not how it works, because I got news for you. I can't do everything I want. I can't have a child. I can't
Oh,
do a whole lot.
jeez. The joy of
I know. I'm pissed off about it,
you
really,
can
Randy.
the,
breastfeed.
the,
You
the,
can
the, the,
breastfeed.
the, the, the,
Man,
the
I'm trying
joy of you
to.
having a baby.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding. Sorry.
yeah.
Well,
People in
and
Georgia
But it's
County.
like we're
came home
raising
at
these
15,
kids to believe
your
this
dad
shit, and then when they get into the situation, they're fucked, and it's going to take every one of them. As far as the Israel thing, Why can't we just blow Iran off the map? That would solve 99% of the problems in the Middle East. I'm telling you right now. I mean, 99% of the problems would be gone. Seriously.
Well,
Because
I
Israel
can
ain't the
see
problem.
us doing it, but
They're not.
unfortunately, with the Democrat president might turn on the Democrats and go blow the hell out of Iran. But then they're going to feel guilty that they did it. And they're going to go back in there, build Iran up,
And rebuild it. Yep.
and rebuild Iran, and they're going to be the new China or the new Japan.
Well, here's the thing,
And our
man.
technology
You
is gonna
blow
go
them
over.
up until there's no one left and there's nothing left to rebuild that way. See, that's the thing. Okay. Bottom line, you blow up Iran and turn it into a nuclear mushroom farm where there's nothing but mushroom clouds everywhere. And yeah, have a nice day. Okay, because this is ridiculous. It's not going to end. We have been placating these people in our entire existence. Okay, and nothing has worked. The world throughout history has been placating these people, and it hasn't worked. It is time for a new tactic. It is time to blow them the hell off the face of the earth and show them we're not playing games anymore. And I guarantee you that will mean peace in the Middle East first, because who's going to finance all the terrorism? There's nobody. Well, maybe Saudi Arabia. I don't know. They got plenty of money, but they're more into their money than they are terrorism. They like to hide terrorists, and many of the they give birth to terrorists and stuff. You know, that blow up buildings and fly planes into them and stuff. But Iran is the number one financier of terrorism in the world. So if it's all about the money, you blow up Iran.
Well, unless it's about the money, and it's about the Americans who are making money off of the Iran thing. So don't forget that as long as Iran is doing what they're doing, we're selling military shit to other countries to defend themselves against Iran. So we're making, so there are Americans making money off of Iran. So if you blow Iran away, that goes their money. Just like with Ukraine, they're making money off of selling the shit to Ukraine. So as long as that word continues, you got a handful of Americans getting rich.
We should have kept all of Iran's money here. And every time Iran said, we want to buy a nuclear weapon from you, we should have flown over and dropped one. And said, one like this?
Like, oh my gosh.
3 or 4 of them, they're not going to want to buy one anymore. Yeah. But,
I have no problem with defense contracting and building bombs and for protection of the United States. I have no problem with fighting a war to protect the United States. We have not fought a war to protect the United States. You could argue World War II to a point, but before that was the American Civil War. We are constantly fighting for other people's borders, other people's soil, other people's freedom, bringing democracy to the world, and we're not even good at it. I don't know why anybody else would want it. Okay. We went up against Hitler. I doubt Hitler would have ever came after the United States, but our allies needed us and we went. So yeah, I can see where that would be a just war, but every other one we've had have been just bullshit. And why is that? Because since Korea, we've been trying to win the hearts and minds of our enemies, and the hearts and minds of our enemy, the only thing they care about is our money. So when we're paying these fucking people, okay, they love us. When we're not paying them, because they know what's going to happen. It happened in Vietnam. It happened in Afghanistan. The minute we leave, they're going to be killed.
Okay, so the update on Iran. The update on Iran is that Iran launched over 180 missiles towards Tel Aviv, striking some buildings. Most of their rockets failed to launch. Some were intercepted by the Israelis' Iron Dome, and the Navy destroyers were shooting down some of the missiles. So we are shooting back.
Is there a thing where they say how many actually hit Israel? Because I heard there was a terrorist attack there today too. I don't know.
It just says some striking buildings, so it doesn't sound like a lot. Yeah, that Iron Dome is probably the closest thing to a modern a futuristic uh, uh, shields like on Star Trek Enterprise. Raise your shields, you know. Um, so yeah, so God, that Iron Dome is phenomenal. Whoever came up with it.
It
How
is
come we
awesome.
don't have that? How come we don't
yeah,
have
that's-
that?
I thought we were looking to build one.
Trump is going to
Well, we
do
do
that.
have-
Biden doesn't
Yeah.
care.
Well, we
That kind of
we
sort
do
of
have Star
Reagan's
Wars.
Star Wars
That helps.
defense.
Star Wars
Wasn't that
worked out
part of-
really well.
Yeah,
Right.
but wasn't that part of Reagan's Star Wars defense to eventually it's some kind of a shield as well? I mean, being able to blow it
Never
out of
worked.
the sky before it got off the ground, wherever it was coming, that was part of Reagan's plan, but wasn't
It
there
never
some
worked.
kind of a
It was a good
never
thought.
worked.
Yeah, it didn't.
Never worked. All they did was they kept testing it and it never worked. And Reagan took a lot of shit for that. But I applaud him for trying. But, you know, look what happened on 9/11. We have no way to stop any, you know, North Korea, Iran, they sent a nuclear warhead over here. I guess we could put planes in the air and shoot it down. I don't know. But I'm just trying to figure out why we don't
So
have
Trump
that.
is saying, Trump is saying that if he's, I'm looking at it now, if he's elected president, he's going to make our military the largest in the world to be able to fight two major wars at either ends of the planet, and also to build a Iron Dome missile defense system to cover the entire country. That's his 2024 platform.
Oh, that's good.
But he has to get elected.
Well, you know, here's the
But it's
deal.
like-
We should make Joe Biden with all his money pay for it because him, Obama, people like that are the reasons we actually even need that.
I would put Bush in there too. It's crazy. It was so much safer before that. Those three. That's crazy.
Yep.
But it's true. I don't know how
No,
you
you're
fight
right.
this. I mean, how can we fight that? All I know is the phone. But what do you do? You know, the
Yeah.
phone number is it's still working. So obviously they're taking our calls, and our senators write us back. And all you can do is like leave your name and where you're calling from, and say, "Tell my senators next time they're on the floor, close the border." And they're not going to do it. How is this? One question: how is this beneficial to them besides votes? They're you let these idiots in, they're going to vote for the Democrats. But besides that, how is it beneficial? What was a good idea? What is the payoff? What are they telling the people? I don't know.
Do you ever
They're
hear
not
back?
telling us
Actually,
anything. They're
any
telling
of
us to accept it.
any of
Shut the fuck up. That's what they're telling us. That's what they're telling us.
Yeah,
Shut the hell up
do
and
any of
accept
them
it.
ever
We just
call you
we
back
don't like
or
it. Up.
contact you? Did they contact you? Did they write you with writing me? It's very, I appreciate it. It helps me make my decisions, and then they give you a newsletter of what they're up to, right then and there. But I mean, do they ever actually write you themselves, write you back, rather than just the automatic?
No,
the automatic.
It's an auto. Yeah, it's
the
an auto
automatic
response.
Electric pen signed
Yeah.
letter.
Jesse's like, you just got our family on the poo-poo list again.
Yep.
I kind of think we're all on the poo-poo list,
We are.
regardless of if you write to or talk to them or anything.
Right.
We're American citizens. All they
We
need us
are-
for,
no,
and all
we're
they want us
dissident.
for, April 15th.
They're dissident.
Right.
We're dissidents. All four of us and the people in the comments, we're all dissidents to them.
Yep.
And we are dangerous. And why
Oh,
we don't care what they think about what we say.
Right.
Okay. We
Wow.
don't care.
Right.
All right.
They just want our
And
time.
although they can crush us like a bug at any moment. In the end, I'm still gonna say what the hell I want.
That's
They
good.
don't like us because we don't go along to get along. We know what's going on is wrong. We know it's the transgender, the world affairs, Israel, all this stuff. We know it's wrong. We know that putting a guy with Alzheimer's disease in the White House is wrong. We know
Right.
the only guy who's ever told the truth about anything was Trump. We know that the mainstream media is full of crap. Okay, we
Right.
know it, and we know, and including Fox News. I want to make that clear. I can't stand them either. They're just as bad.
I've thought about that because Rupert Murdoch, who, you know, he turned most of the control over to his son James, but Rupert Murdoch is not, by any sense of the word, a conservative Republican patriot. It's exactly the opposite. Matter of fact, there were times during his building the Fox TV network that the FCC looked at how many stations in the United States someone who came in as a naturalized citizen could own, as opposed to being a born here citizen. They were supposedly there was going to be an attempt to take licenses away from him, but
He saw an opening for a conservative outlet because there were none. He saw an opening to make a bucket load of money, and that's
yeah,
what he did.
oh yeah,
That's all he cared
the
about. And
the
he
thought,
employed Shepard Smith. If he was truly a conservative, um, uh, Shepard Smith would have never had a job. Brett Baer wouldn't have a job. People like this wouldn't have a job. They wouldn't have fired Carson, whatever the hell, what's
Tucker
his,
Carlson.
that guy,
Tucker. Yeah.
Carlson. They would. They sure as hell wouldn't have let, was it Greta Van Susteren or whatever her name is? Well, what the hell, Greta, right? The
Greta.
one who used
That
to be
was
on
her.
South
Greta Van
Park. They
Susteren.
would have let her go. Okay, they
Yeah,
would have done in a lot of the things they've done. Okay,
right.
and they wouldn't let Juan Williams on. It-
Yeah,
fair and balanced
he,
means you tell the truth, you tell the news, and what that people don't realize is all these people that are on TV, they're opinion givers, just like us.
right.
That's what we are.
Yep.
That's not
Right.
news.
Except,
They talk about it, give their damn.
except they get paid.
Well, a lot more than we
I'm,
do.
Right.
I'm still waiting for my check, Dave.
Yeah. What the hell,
I've
Dave?
been doing this for 6 years, and I'm still waiting for my check. Plus, I'm waiting for my guest check to be on the American Rebellion. No, I do this for free, so don't even get me started on
You're an
on
intern
getting
on the
paid.
American Rebellion. There's no
Right,
Dave. I'm sorry.
right. But I tell anybody if you're doing this to make money, meaning broadcasts like we do to make money to get paid, you can't do it the way I do. You can't be in a bedroom in the corner of a bedroom that has a lot of traffic going through it 24/7 while you're trying to make a broadcast. You have to put the time into it to produce it so that when you go live, it looks cool. You got to have that cool looking set and all that BS. You got to always be taking this down and posting it, and not just say that this was done because Jen Woodruff heard me say that I wanted one, and the logo was done by someone who gave me trademarked it and then gave it to me. But I'm I'm not here to make money. I'm not here to make money. I just want to give people
Oh,
an
I'd love to
opportunity
make
to hear
money, but
people.
I'm fat, bald, and old.
No,
I'm not going to make money doing this, and because I'm fat, bald, and old.
right,
And as Dave just said, he's
right,
actually correct quite a bit. Is the technical part of it is very important. These guys that are like Dan Bongino and all, they got cameras that are worth more than my house.
yeah.
Shit like that. So
And got a guy off screen who actually gets paid more if he talks. You watch these game shows, and it's like they introduce the narrator, the announcer, and if he says something, he's on camera in an episode, he makes more money than if they just say his name. So
wow.
So guys like Drew Carey and Pat Sajak, when he was hosting, if he's still hosting Wheel of Fortune, he always made sure that Vanna White talked. He always made sure that he said something to her, and the camera watched her go across the screen because she made more money. But anyway, but like I keep saying, I'm not here to make any money. And I don't think any more people would watch me if I was getting paid here than watch me because I don't get paid.
No, that's the whole thing. You need more people to watch you, and I would need
Right.
more people to watch me to get paid.
Right.
You need the
Right.
millions of views is the problem. And there's so many people out there doing this, and most of us are at the level of this, whatever this is. And I don't find that to be necessarily a horrible thing because we're
Right.
just regular
Right.
people, and that if people want to hear our opinions, they're going to get regular people opinions. We're not going to just jump on a bandwagon or any of that kind of shit. So,
And not only that, from us to get the truth, because we're not being paid to say something. We're not being paid to choose a side. People on TV, on radio, they have to be careful of what they say or how they say it, so they don't offend their sponsors
Right.
or someone else.
That's why I don't have advertisers.
We're going to say it the way it is. You don't like it, screw you.
Right.
yeah.
Why I say repeatedly, I don't have advertisers because eventually they want to think that they have some control in the programming. And
Right.
the only time in my broadcast career that I ever
I don't have.
said to
I
someone,
don't have
you
that.
have control of some of the program was Grandpa Allison, because he owned the BMW that did advertisements on my show, and I got paid the use of a BMW every year instead of getting paid money. So I wanted to drive a BMW so Grandpa Allison could say, hey, you need to do more of this. You don't need to do less of this. But anybody else?
I don't have advertisers because no one's asked.
Yeah.
So you see my conniption I'm having there. It's a problem, But
Yeah.
The first thing I would say is I have full control, and I will do your commercial any way you want if you want me to. And I would have to try the product and all that. Also, I'm not just going to do anybody because it's called integrity. But you find something you like and they want to advertise, they're not going to tell me what I can and cannot say or anybody else. I'm not going to put up one of them warnings that says that the opinions of the guests may not be the opinion of the or blah blah blah. Hey, that bullshit.
Disclosure.
Everybody
Right.
gets to have their opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You just got to let them.
Right.
I took notice to. I started following this one lady. She has this really cute cat, and the cat's mouth is moving, and some little child, whatever, is the voice of the cat, and it's really cute. I mean, I get enjoyment from watching it. But today was the first time I took notice that she now has a sponsor for a product. So, the cat says, Mom, he says, yes, can you pet me? Oh, I just put hand cream on my hands and they're all sticky. Well, that's okay. So she pets a cat. She has this handful of hair. So she has her little girl. Her Mom, use this. And, oh, what is that? And she starts, doing, showing us so you can see the product. And she, oh yeah, it's nice, it's smooth, it smells good. So apparently she got herself a sponsor.
Wow.
Yeah, no one's breaking my door down, so I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen either. But I would like it. Not even a big one. Just I don't know, a couple million a year would be good. Buy a tractor, and I'll be happy, man. No,
That's funny.
yeah.
Just one. That's all.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I love you. I love you.
That's
I
all.
know people that I see a lot of these videos. Mike Lindell does his stupid pillow commercials on there.
Yep.
I'm
And
like, how the hell
slippers
do you
and
get Mike
coffee.
Lindell? I mean,
Well,
technically, if you call these companies or get in touch with them, you have a shot at doing it. But we're lucky to get
well,
75, 80 views, most of the time. Unless Dave's there, he shares it like 9 times. So we get 80,
well,
90 then or something. I don't know. But the
yeah,
point is that
we-
that's what
it was higher
the
than that.
advertisers want the views. Yeah, I know that, Dave. I was joking. They want the
No,
views, and
they want
they're
a lot
different.
higher views. They want the 50,000 views that watch 180,000 hours on Facebook Watch, and then that way you get out there. But you know what? I don't care because I'm very happy with the 214 that are watching now in the 53 groups that I sent it to, and
Awesome.
the 53 groups don't care. They want it every night. Those groups that if I'm not on at 7:15, they ask, "Where are you?" And I sit back and go, "Whoa, that person interrupted everything doing it their day at 7:15 to send me a message and go, where the hell are you?"
Yeah, I
My
wasn't
kids
here
do
for a
that
week,
to
and
me
most
too,
people
but
watching
it's
me for years never asked a question. So you're doing better than me, Dave.
Well,
my kids
you-
do that to me, but it's to say, "Did you cook something?"
yeah,
I'm like, "Oh my gosh, they're using me
but
3
no,
times a day." No, I'm kidding. It's
but
good.
I think it was Jerry that said it to me. If one person is watching you and they hear what you said, even if they say something back to you that's totally opposite of what you said, you got through to one person.
That's cool.
I'm
No, it's
going to
true.
change. I'll change
True.
America's mind one person at a time. I hope I
Well,
change.
we're old, Dave. We don't have that kind of time. We need more people.
Well,
But I agree with you, and I've said that for years. It only takes one other person
yeah,
to listen to you. It's just
Yeah,
sometimes it's frustrating. You've been doing it a long time, and you expect more. But a lot of this has to do with the social media companies.
yeah,
It's much like what they're about to do to AM radio. Okay, they're throttle the voices, and that's what this do also.
right. And they bury us. Every group I have has restricted newsfeed distribution. It gets to the point where the only thing I see in my newsfeed are the groups that have posts because I have restricted distribution. It gets to the point in my brain, I wake up some mornings and I look at my screen and I go, you must not be somebody on Facebook if your profile isn't restricted distribution from everybody. I was reading a friend of mine's posts on their page, and it was he is noticing that he is restricted from like 75% of his friends. He can't even see them.
Yeah,
And it's just, to
it's
me, it's like,
ridiculous.
if they're doing all that work to hide me, to hide the broadcast, to hide the people that I bring on, to hide the other broadcasts that they do, to hide us all, just means that my job is to make sure we get everywhere we can. We will embrace Wimkin. We will, but I can't do it until I move up because the Chromebook that I use
Well,
normally
because I
just can't.
quit and because I quit for a while and had a problem with a couple of people on there, our views on Wimpkin went to shit. Because
Okay.
you know how it is. Background, there's a lot of yakking. Stupid.
Yeah. Well, you had a good following going over there for a while. And as I've said to people when I try to describe it, it seems to be a really cool, conservative social media
It is.
network.
It is.
You know, when
Well,
MeWe
you look at
started,
people who
it
still
was the
watch.
same
They
thing.
don't give a damn what other people are saying either. Some
Yeah.
people, even conservatives, they only care about trying to get somebody on their side. You know, it's the same stupid crap people pull everywhere. It's no
Yeah.
different. But like you see William over there, or we had Gregory on last night. You know, they don't give a damn. They're gonna watch who they're gonna watch, and they don't give a shit. So
Yeah.
that's good enough for me. Yeah.
William from the guy from Alaska. I'd like to get him on some night because he just seems to be
He's a cool
one of
guy.
us.
He's
You
a
know,
cool
I
guy.
may not quite be up
He
where
really
he is yet, but you know, he seems to be like someone I want to follow and slowly
Yeah,
get
he's a
up
cool
there.
guy. He really is.
You know.
We like him. Always have since first time I saw him. And the first time he came on our show, it was like, wow, this guy, and he's a highly intelligent guy, knows a lot, is involved in politics in his town.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you know how he lost his hand?
Do I what?
Yeah,
I
he
was
got
asking.
caught in a piece of machinery, and it took it off. And he actually put on his what do they call it? Prosthetic arm one night. It's broken actually,
Yeah, he did.
but
I saw
and he
that.
has a hook for it. He has a hook for
Yeah,
it.
I
It's
saw
really cool.
I
But
was gonna say if you had
Oh,
like
the
a
hand
hook.
that he
he
put
does.
on that night. Yeah, that was really
I go,
cool.
do you have a hook? And he goes, yeah. I was like shocked. I didn't know, but yeah, and it works. He moves his
Wow.
shoulder somehow, and that's how the hand part works and all that. And
Yeah.
you know, he's the first thing he does when he comes on is he waves his half arm. You know, everybody knows. He's a freaking guy that is highly intelligent and don't act like it. He enjoys laughing a lot too, which I like.
That's good.
Can't beat that, you know. And he
No,
lives in a
no.
place where you talk about your rebellious sorts. He lives in a place that is full of them, and he fits right in.
Yeah. Yeah,
Awesome.
he does. And Jen, you got to find JJ McCartney. We got to get him on.
Oh, yeah. That would be fun.
I would pay JJ if I had to. If we could find JJ, I could come up with the money.
I'm sure your wife would be thrilled to hear that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I
your
think,
wife would
yeah.
be thrilled to hear that.
Okay.
Your wife better start in a lot of shit to sell.
Fortunately, my wife doesn't watch my broadcast. You know, she only hears about
Mine,
them when
her rarely does either, but she's so used to it. She, you know, I don't know.
Well, your wife's
She's
in the
on here
chat
now.
room right
She
now.
was. I don't know if she still is, but
Yeah, I thought it was you making comments, but it says sorry, it's Michelle.
She's like, hey,
no,
it's me.
I thought it
She's
was
cute.
someone else actually because she said hello to everybody but me, which was nice. But it
Well,
wasn't. It was the wife. So
That's funny.
Tell your wife that my wife wants to get back in touch with her again and start communicating.
I
Well,
have
you
always said
you just told her.
Okay, wife doesn't know. She's listening.
I've always said to Jen over the years that one of these nights we have to do a broadcast with the husbands and wives
Oh, there you go.
or just set it up so that the husbands and wives do the broadcast, or wives that normally do the broadcast just sit and watch, and just
Or you do a Boogie with the Bow date
The dating game?
the dating game, yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Oh, that's a
Well,
lot of fun.
I would not end up with my wife, and I can't go home with Michelle's husband. I can't go home with
I
Claudette's wife
appreciate that,
because
Dave.
I can't go home with. Well, I got to correct myself. I can't go home with Claudette's husband because I don't think our Rottweiler would approve of you.
I remember watching that show, and they find the dumbest people to be on that show. Oh my God!
There
Kim
was a
Lang
serial
was
killer on that show
ahead of his
once.
time.
Oh, thank
Jim
you,
Lang was a man
Michelle.
ahead of his time.
Yeah, my wife says you
Oh,
can go
that's
home
funny.
with me, Dave. Take me away. Yeah. Okay. That's
Oh,
nice.
okay. No. Well, the
Beautiful.
only
That would
thing,
actually
Michelle,
be very interesting if we could do it. My wife has been on screen many, many times.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, me and her years ago used to do a show on Friday night together where she was on screen most of the time. And we throughout, every now and when she can't now, but she used to come back here and she'd be on, and so she's relatively used to it.
the funniest
Awesome.
the funniest American Rebellion to date that I watched, I can't remember. I think I was on it. Was you were talking about having to move one of your tractors out of
No, I was
the
just a
barn or wherever.
video. Yeah,
Yeah, so
that was a
you could
how-to
work on
video.
the
Yeah.
other. Yeah, so that you could work on the other one. And I kept saying to the other people that were on, I can just see this. Jerry takes the tractor and puts the good battery in it and backs it out, and then has to carry the battery to the other tractor and put it back in. So
What I ended up doing was just buying a new battery. I ended up buying a new battery, and then I bought another battery. So now they both run more because that seemed like a lot of work. Taking batteries out is not as easy as it's in 30 seconds. So it's like, all right. Yeah, I remember that. We had a lot of funny shows, and I think we need to laugh more. Laugh more, about a lot of things. Mainly ourselves, because we do stupid shit, or even if not, we need to. This country ain't laughing enough. Everybody's so damn serious. You can't say nothing about nobody, and that's one of the reasons I enjoy doing it, is because we can make fun of each other. It ain't very hard, especially me. I would prefer people made fun of me sometimes. I don't mind playing a straight man, and it's happened many times. When Matt used to be with me, he did it all the time, and it was hilarious. And people laughed, and it was fun.
I love the old TV shows with the comedians. They made jokes about everybody. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Jew, or whatever. They cracked jokes about you, and people laughed.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Because people knew it was just
That was
having a
remember
good.
the Dean Martin roast?
Yes.
Dean Martin roast. They were hilarious. They were hilarious. Yep.
That's right before Jen's time too. But actually, I saw clips of a Gutfeld roast the other day too. That was pretty funny. But Dean Martin roasts were always a crack up.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a Friars Club thing where they were doing it years before, and then it got on TV with them. And I still love this guy, Don. What's his name? Don Rickles.
Don Rickles.
To this day.
Yep. Mr. Personality.
By far my favorite. Yeah, by far my favorite comedian. And I got to tell you, George Carlin was really good. No, Don died last year, or the year before. He was pretty old.
I wish George was still with us. Yeah, I wish George was still with us.
Oh, George died. Yeah, George died. I don't know. They're all dead. All the guys like Foster Brooks, they were funny. I remember as a kid laughing at them. And my dad, he'd be in the chair rolling all over the place. It was great. But they don't have that. Well, they do. It's just I don't see people with the style they had anymore. And everybody, some are willing, like that Bill Burr guy. He'll make fun of anybody. He don't care. But I don't know. I missed the days. I mean, John Amos died today. Pete Rose died.
John Amos died. Chris
Pete Rose
passed
died.
away. Yeah, yesterday I read that.
I mean,
yep.
All the people that we knew when we were growing up that were famous and still doing what they were doing, they're all going away quickly. Pretty soon it'll be Clint Eastwood. He's in his 90s. You know, I remember
Carol
the day John
Burnett.
Wayne died. That was actually sad.
And John Wayne. Yep.
Man.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that damn Eden who made Adam eat the apple.
Yep.
If it wasn't for that,
Eve.
we all Eve. If it wasn't for that, we all be living forever. But no, she had to trick him to eat the apple.
No.
Yeah. Way to go,
That's so
Jen.
funny.
Couldn't you do something about that?
Yeah.
I always said,
You
when
have
we
say
get to heaven, yeah, she'll be the woman up there with the black eye. Because now we feel childbirth. Before that, we weren't supposed to. But you know what's really crazy? Because I was joking about this at a church we went to once upon a time. And I said, well, because they were saying the same thing. They're like, because of Eve. And I was like, oh my gosh. Well, if her husband wasn't ignoring her and playing with the animals when he felt like calling them names. So he's out at some kind of safari. But what's so frustrating is in the Bible, and it was the pastor's like, oh, Jennifer, look at this. They were together. And I was like, idiots, whatever. So they're both at fault. It says that her husband was right there with her. And he was probably thinking, I don't want to be left here by myself. If she eats this apple and is all enlightened, and she will surely die. He didn't want to be by himself. And so I thought, that's a good man, you know?
God would just make him another woman out of another rib, you know?
Yeah. He's got what, 5 on each side. It's okay, right? I'm kidding.
But you know,
boy.
but when you think about it, okay. So you have Adam and Eve, okay, and they have kids. So who knows how many kids they had? The Bible doesn't say how many kids they had, but then their kids had kids with each other. So it's like, okay, so that's kind of,
Yeah, good point.
well, how? I mean,
it was the Middle East. I mean, apparently that's a thing over there. I don't know.
That's true. And they continue that today.
You know,
Oh
they gotta be able to somewhere, because there's pictures of Secretary Pete Buttigieg breastfeeding his children.
Oh God!
Yeah, I was joking about that. You really can't do that.
Those kids are going to be so messed up.
Yeah.
Because one day they're going to have to sit down and just explain to them why they have 2 dads. And I'm not saying that anything may be wrong with having 2 dads. They're just going to have to explain to their kids, because it may be high school, it may be college, it may be in their 90s when they're in their 127s. I don't know. Their kids are going to sit down and go, there's something different about us, Dad.
No, what they're going to do is they say, Dad, you screwed us up. We should have had a mom. We don't. So you know what? I want a nicer car out in the driveway, and I want an increase in my allotment. Okay, so kick it in.
Yeah.
You know, by the time they're older, those two, they're going to be a multi-millionaire if they're not already.
It doesn't usually work, because I was watching something on YouTube today, and when it was done, I let it keep running. And the next one up was about all these girls at different ages that got kicked out of their parents' house when they were 18, and the parents these were upper, money families, got keys to a house, a 1,200 square foot house, growing up in a 12,000 square foot house, and told to get a job and pay your bills. And they all turned around one by one and sued their parents because they weren't ready to go out in the world and do that. And only one of them got money. I think it was $5,000 a month, but then her parents appealed and she lost. So,
I wonder if those 2 kids or 2 girls, they'll be the ones that get sex changes at 5 years old.
Probably.
Yeah, it's sad. They'll push that curriculum on them.
I gotta go eat.
Go, Jerry.
So I'm hungry.
Bye, Jerry. Bye, Michelle.
Bye, Michelle.
Guys.
I'm glad that you came. And
Appreciate you letting me on. Thank you.
Yep. The American
we'll hopefully see you guys
American
tomorrow
Rebellion
night.
is Monday.
Hey,
Yep.
Jerry, before you go, somehow, if you can reach out to me, I love the way you got your intro with the music and all that stuff going on. I would love to find out how you do that so I can do it for my shows.
Okay. No problem.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you guys
All
tomorrow
right,
night.
Jared,
Hopefully.
always a pleasure. Thank you. Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep. Tomorrow night. All right. The American Rebellion, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday on Facebook. It's on the American Rebellion. I believe it's in the American Rebellion group. I'm not sure. It is on the American Rebellion blogger page because that's where I watch it. And it's over on Wimkin on the American Rebellion page. While it is live on Facebook at 7 o'clock at the same time. I think he is working on coming to Rumble or back to Rumble. So don't quote me, but that will be happening soon. And there is, let's see, tomorrow's Wednesday. So Randy and I are on at 10 a.m. Eastern with Wednesday morning caffeine. Randy will read the news and I'll comment about it. And anyone else who wants to join us is welcome to join us in the live chat or on the broadcast. Let's see. Then it will be Thursday, 12 noon Thursday, Randy and Jen. Straight Talk with Randy and Jen. And
12 noon.
12 noon Eastern. And then we're back Thursday night. Bill Muckler and I are here Friday morning at 10 o'clock with Red Friday Morning Caffeine. And there may be a Saturday morning Boogie with the Bull because I believe my wife is going to be gone and I haven't really decided yet what the topic will be. Anyone else want to, we can go till 9 or we can wrap it up or start wrapping it up toward 9 o'clock. I don't know what else there is, or both of you. That's 20 minutes left, 19 minutes left. Are both of you available or do you guys have to take off?
Yeah, I got to take off.
Randy's going to take off?
Yeah,
Right. Yeah, we're still finishing dinner.
I'm in the process of picking up possibly 2 new people here, so I'm working to convince them to choose me.
Good.
So we'll see what happens with that. But this Sunday evening, my broadcast is going to be on the roads to discovering your ancestors. I'm going to be choosing Shane Melvin. I'm actually going to do 2 of his because they're really very interesting. One's being accused of being a witch, and the other one is about a Native American ancestor who fought for the American government against the Seminole War. They actually named a town after him. They named a fort after him.
Wow.
There are books written about him and all kinds of stuff. So he became a very famous person.
That's very cool.
All right, Jen, what do you have to say?
It's a good show. I can't wait to see it, Randy.
It was fun.
But no, it's fascinating. I love to be part of that on Sundays, but I can't organize it with my family because they're always everywhere and doing something. But yeah, check out cookiecrumbs.com. It's my homeschooling website. Right now we're still pushing those learning sheets. It's like one sheet, it goes in packs of 20. The first one is counting numbers 1 through 20, then there's 21 through 40, and it's good. It's very effective, and it's just $4.99 for a pack of those papers, and I love it. There's a lot of grandmas that are doing that. They spend $5 now. They get a link that offers them 20 different sheets, and they don't have to store it. It's not clutter in their house until they print it out and give it to the kids to color. And it's not just a coloring sheet. I mean, it's teaching them how to count, how to write the number, and what comes before this one, what comes, it's fascinating. I love those things. They're just really good learning tools.
Yeah. All right, folks. Anything else? Anybody else got a final word? I'm going to
No, that's it.
One of you guys.
That's it.
All right, Randy, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. You bring the coffee, or I'll bring the coffee. You bring the donuts.
Yeah, that's right. I got to try and get some money together and send you some donuts. I promised you that. And as soon as I have some free money, I'll send you some donuts.
You don't have to. We're going to get you the information. And before you know, we'll be talking genealogy on Boogie with the Bull.
There you go.
All right. Anything else from either one of you?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Randy, you gonna
I'm going to boom.
himself? Okay. All right, Jen, anything else?
No, hold on to your 3 unalienable rights. That's the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Happiness.
And regardless of where you live or what country, those are your rights. You're unalienable.
All right, Jen, thank you very much. You're
Thank
welcome
you.
anytime you want to come. Make sure you go to the American Rebellion tomorrow night.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun. Okay.
It'll be a lot of fun, I'm sure.
Always. All right. Bye.
All right, Jen. Okay. Let's see.
I don't have any cool way to get out of here except click the X.
Well, hold on a minute. There. All right. There we go. Anyway, I don't like cutting people off like that. But anyway, we're in some tough times, folks. Okay? And you just have to listen to the candidates, and you have to decide which candidate is the one you want. You can listen to Kamala Harris as vice president of Joe Biden for 3.5 years, almost 4. Tell you all the things she was going to do while she was vice president. She hasn't done any of it. You can hope that if you vote for her, she will do it as president. But I don't believe that, because if she was going to do it, she would have done it as border czar. She would have done it as vice president. She would have straightened up the country. She would have worked on straightening out our economy. And it's not happening. So I have said it before, and I will say it again. The only president running in the 2024 election that really deserves to be president in January of 2025 is Donald John Trump, because he did it before for 4 years, put up with countless numbers of impeachment attempts from Democrats that controlled the House, and it just didn't happen. We need to de-weaponize and possibly rebuild the entire Department of Justice. We need to eliminate, as far as I am concerned and other people are concerned, the IRS. Just eliminate it. You get to keep your taxes. Well, you get to keep your income taxes. Your state doesn't get it. The federal government doesn't get it. You may end up paying a boatload of taxes for everything you buy in your state or other things that in lieu of paying income tax on your income, but you need your income, because that's how you get by. That's how you get your family by. So no more income tax. Social Security stays untaxable. It is non-taxable. Okay, people tell me that they get the tax form every year, and I guess they pay some taxes on some of it. I hope you get it back, because it's non-taxable. It was collected as a tax. It was taken away from you to make sure you had money when you grew older. And when you get it, it's not taxable. I just don't want to get into the whole yelling and screaming about all the stupid things that Kamala Harris wants to do. And I got to take this call. So you've been watching Boogie with the Bull. You've been watching Boogie with the Bull. Tuesday Night Live, a copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. And I want to thank everybody. Let me get back to this. I'll just let the phone go to voicemail, and then I'll make a call. 295 people watching. Thank you very much. And keep sharing and keep inviting people to watch. And any of you ever want to be on the broadcast, like I said, for Tuesday night, Thursday night, just let me know by 6 p.m. And I will make sure you get the link before we go live. And we go live at 7 o'clock, and we usually end between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. But I want to thank the 295 people that watched today. It'll probably go up a little higher. It might break 300 when we set the podcast up in a few minutes. And on that note, I'm just going to say double B's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is coming to